Hello students, welcome to second part of this video. In first part of this video we have seen and we have discussed about data types, packages in Java, constructor, a little about object creation and access specifier. Today we are going to discuss about conditional and iterative constructs, nested loop. Okay. What is the meaning of conditional construct? As you have studied before, conditional construct means a program flow is going to be controlled through the conditions, through specific one condition. It can be multiple conditions. Alright, suppose you're going somewhere and you have to turn left from a specific place. So you are not going to move ahead straight. So you have to turn to left. Program is like that. We have discussed already. It always runs line by line. It reads line by line or all the instructions and it executes. Suppose like this, suppose we want that after reading the third line, we want to send the flow directly. That means send the program flow directly to the seventh line. Suppose in that case, third line, I want that program is reading first line, second line, third line. I want that after reading this third line, program should directly send it to this seventh line. This is called control flow. Through the conditional construct, we can do this. Now you have studied before. Before discussion, just try to recall how many types of conditional constructs are there. Alright. How many types of conditional constructs are there? Let's check. First one is simple if. That is only if. Then if else. Then if else if. Then switch. Then ternary operator. Yes or no? So there are 5 conditional constructs are there. Through these, that means 5 ways are there. In these 5 ways, we can control the flow of the program. Alright. So let's check one by one. Simple if, then if else, then if else if, then switch, then ternary operator, programmatically, to understand better. Alright, this is the IDE that we have discussed. So I'm going to remove this. Alright, I have taken one integer type of variable a and the value is 10. I'm going to type one condition, that is if the value of a is greater than 5, then what will happen? System.out.println what? The number is more than 5. Okay, let's check the output. Yeah, we assigned 10 into variable a, and we have given one condition, that is, if the value of a is more than 5, then only this block is going to be executed. That you have studied before, how to write if, that is if keyword, then inside the parenthesis we have to write the conditional part. Alright, then inside the block, without block also you can write, but it's better to write inside the block. Inside the block, if the condition is true, then what is going to be happened? We have to write it here. It's a simple condition to understand. So the value of a is 10. We have given one condition, if the value of a is more than 5, then this block is going to be executed. So this is called simple if. Now the question is, if the value of a is less than 5, then what will happen? So at that point of time, we are going to use this else part. So if the condition is true or the condition is false, we can write both. So if the condition is true, then something will happen. Otherwise, else part is going to be executed. Alright, let's check. Else, how to write else. Then without any parenthesis, we have to directly create the block. That means if the condition is true, then this block is going to be executed. If the condition is false, no need to use any kind of parenthesis over here. If the condition is false, then directly this else part is going to be triggered. That is, I will copy this to save time. We just I'm going to change the string. The number is less than 5. Alright, let's check once. Yeah, the number is more than 5 because a is holding the value 10. So if we change the value, make it 5 or make it 4, then what will happen? The number is less than 5. The else part is triggered. Is it clear? Alright then. Now we are going to see what is the use of if, else, if. How to use if, else, if. You have studied before that if, else, if is also called the ladder structure, because it looks like ladder, it works like ladder, but it works like what? The flow of this program is top to down. The approaching style is top to down. Alright, let's see. I'm going to change this value, just 10, previous one. I'm going to change this one. If a, the value of a is more than 3, is more than 7, then this string is going to be executed. The number is more than 7. I'm going to put another condition, else if the value of a is more than 5, then the number is more than 5. Another one, else if the value of a is more than 3, then it is more than 3. Another one, else if the value of a is more than 0, then the value of a is more than 0. Else, finally else part, the number is negative. obviously. So if the number is negative, alright, either 0 or negative. Okay, so the number is either 0 or negative. The value of a is 10. So what will be the output? The number is more than 7. If I put here 6 or 7, alright. Look, the number is more than 5. What happened here? Alright, let's change the value again. I'm going to put 4. What is the output? The number is more than 3. I'm going to put 2. The number is more than 0. Exactly. I'm going to put 0. What is the output? The number is either 0 or negative. I'm going to put another one, that is suppose negative number, minus 12. Then the number is either 0 or negative. So basically what happened, according to the value of a, it is checking each time. Alright, the value of a is more than 7. If the value of a is more than 7, then this part is going to be executed. That means if the conditional part is true, if the conditional part is true, then this block is going to be executed. If this condition, by chance, this condition became false, then next if is going to be triggered. Then next if is going to be triggered. So here the condition is a is more than 7. No, it is not more than 7. Now the value of a is minus 12. That is a negative integer. Yes or no? So it is false. The condition is false. This block is going to be skipped. So the next if condition, the value of a is more than 5. No, the value of is not more than 5. So this block also is going to be skipped. Next if is triggered, the value of a is more than 3. Is that true? No, still it is false. The block skipped. The value of a is more than 0. Next if triggered, the value of a is more than 0. No, still it is false. This block skipped. Then final else part is going to be executed without any condition. All the if all the blocks are skipped, then the finally else will be triggered. That is a ladder structure. It looks like ladder, no? So this is why it is also called if else if ladder structure. Alright? Alright. Next our target is switch. Before that, if else, that simple if, it almost accepts all the data types. That means if you are going to declare a as integer, it is accepted, you have seen. If you are going to declare as a short, long, byte, any primitive data type, including string, it is going to accept. The condition is going to be checked, or if statement is going to be accept this one. Alright, next, our next target is switch. Basically, switch data type can accept only short, byte, integer and char. Switch accept only byte, short, int and char. Alright. Hope you know the meaning of this. Alright. Switch accept only byte, short, integer and char and some special type of enum. That means some special type of string. Alright. So now a is equal to 10. I'm going to change the variable. Now we are going to construct switch. How do you switch? Switch is a method. Switch is a method as a parameter. That means we need a parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, to declare a switch, and as well as we need a block. We need a block. Alright, inside the parenthesis we have to write the variable name, which one is going to be switched. Suppose A. We are going to switch A. What is the value of A? 10. Inside the switch statement, like that, if the condition is true, then this block is going to be executed. Else, if that particular condition is true, then this block is going to be executed. Similarly, here, if the value of A is true, we are going to declare it as a case. Case 5. If the case is 5, which means if the value of A is 5, then what will happen? Suppose system.out.print line, it is case 5. Okay, if the case is 5, then this block, this statement is going to be executed. Another case, if the case is 10, then another one statement is going to be executed, that is, I'm going to copy this one, it is case 10. If, look, the case is specific, that means in case of if else, we have seen if the value is greater or equal or less and the condition is true, then the block is going to be executed. Here the case is specific, must be 5. Alright, it should be 5, then this block is going to be executed. If it is 4 or 6, that means less or more, this statement is not going to be executed. The value is, the case is specific. Alright, suppose we are going to work with 5 and 10 only. If other than this 5 and 10, suppose user input or you are given the value of A is different, like other than 5 and 10, that is 1, 11 or 2, that means other than 5 or 10, what will happen? So for this we have to use a default case. Default system.out.println. Alright, I am going to show you one more thing here. Invalid. So the output should be invalid. Look, you have studied already system in, out and error. We have already used out. You have seen system.out as the output. System.in you have used, if you memorize properly, in scanner class during the instantiation of scanner class, that means during creation of the object of scanner class, inside the parenthesis as a constructor parameter, we have to declare a system.in. Yes or no? So that system.in will provide us one input box. Another what was there, right? Error, you have studied. So if the default case is triggered, then I am going to display one error. Will it work? Let's see. So the value of, if the value of A is 5, then this statement is going to be executed. If the value of A is 10 only, remember it is specific, 10 only, then this statement is going to be executed. If the value of A is other than 5 and 10, that means other than cases, then the default statement is going to be executed. Just run this one. It is invalid. Look, if you observe properly, the color of this invalid is different. It is red. That means it is the symbol of error. Alright. If the case is true, that means suppose it is 10, then what will happen? Suppose it is 5. Then what will happen? Wow. It is case 5, it invalid, it is case 10. All the statements are going to be executed. Yes or no? Could you remember something? Yes. Without another one statement, we cannot use this case. If by chance the first case became true, then all the statements are going to be executed. All the cases, including default statement, are going to be executed. So to overcome from this problem, which keyword we have to use? Yes, is default. Sorry, break. It is break. This is the end of statement, so no need to use break over here. Now run this. It is case 5. It is case 5. Look at the color of this output. It is black. If you observe properly, the color of this, if suppose other than 5 and 10, if I have written 11, then look, what is the color of this? Observe this properly. Alright, so this is out, this is the error. Alright then. So this is switch. This is switch. Okay, now we are going to discuss about ternary operator. Most of you know how to use ternary operator. What is ternary operator? So I am going to remove this part. One variable is already there, a, and it is integer type variable, and the value is 11. Yes or no? So I am going to use the if else constant. I am going to use the if else condition. Yes or no? If. Alright, let me take another one variable. Integer output. Okay. Integer output. If. What is the result there? Okay, so okay. If the value of a is more than 10, if the value of a is more than 10, then output is equal to alright, I'm going to change the data type. Okay, take it string. Let it. Output is equal to a. That means if the condition is true, then I am going to execute, I am going to assign the value of a into the output. Else, if the condition is false, if the value of a is not more than 10, then what will happen? I am going to assign the output variable as 0. Alright. So what is the moral? The two variables we have declared, both are integer type. A variable, we have assigned a value into a variable, that is 11, and one more variable we have declared, that is output. Alright. If we are going to work with a, if the condition is true, then some value we are going to assign into the output variable. Here, if the value of a is more than 10, that is the condition. If the value of a is more than 10, then the value of output will be the value of a. Alright, what is the value of a? 11. So if it is more than 10, if it is true, then the value of output will be 11. That means the value of a is going to be assigned into output. Otherwise, else statement is going to be triggered. the value of the value 0 is going to be assigned into output variable. Let us see. Build successful, no output, because we have not executed anything. So you have to use system.out.println output. Okay, same thing I am going to use here. We can do it in another way, but to better understand. Alright, let us do this. So what is the moral? If the condition is true, then the value of A is going to be assigned into output variable and it is going to be executed into the console. If the condition is false, if the value of A is not more than 10, then else part is going to be triggered. The value of output will be 0 and the value of output, the output is going to be executed. Let us check. It is 11. Why it is 11? Because the condition is true. The condition is true. The value of, if the condition is true, this block is going to be executed. That is, the statements are the value of A is 11 assigned into output variable and output variable is executed. Is that clear? Is that clear? So it is if and else. If we want to execute, if we want to display the same thing using ternary operator, how to do this? How to do this? Just try to recall. Output is a variable. We are going to store the result into the output, right? So we have to write output is equal to, that means the result of ternary operation is going to be assigned into output variable. Then which part? Conditional part. This part we have to use. The conditional part, that is, if A greater than 10, this is the condition. If it is true, then something will happen. If it is false, then something will happen. Then question mark. Through the question mark, we are going to separate this conditional part and executable part. Right? This is the conditional part. Look, here we have given the condition if A greater than 10. But here in case of ternary operator, directly we can use this A greater than 10. It will be triggered as conditional part. After that, question mark is essential. Question mark is essential to use this ternary operation, to do this ternary operation. Alright. Now, if the condition is true, then what will happen? If the condition is true, then the output, the value of A is going to be assigned into the output that we have done here. Right? That means if the condition is true, the value of output will be A. Yes or no? What is the value of A? 11. We can use variable here. If the condition is true, then the value of A is going to be assigned output. Directly we can write value also, no problem on that. But we are going to assign the value of A. If the condition is false, then I am repeating, if the condition is true, then the value of A is going to be assigned into output variable. If the condition is false, that means true and false, we are going to separate these two things by using colon. If the condition is false, then what is the value of output? It is 0. So directly we have to write value 0. Our ternary operation has done. Yes or no? We have created a statement. So now we have to end this statement. We have to execute this output now. Yes or no? Output. Alright. I'm going to copy this part. Let us see. It is 0, no? It is 0. Why? Oh, A greater than 11. It is 10. Look, the value of A is assigned into output and it is executed. The value of A is 11 as well as the value of output is 11. If we make it 11, then it is 0. 0 is going to be assigned into output. So instead of if else, in a single statement, in a single line, we have done this operation. In case of if else, how many lines we have used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. More lines we have used. Yes or no? We can reduce our effort. We can reduce our that is called bytes. Yes or no? Each character contains 8 bytes or 16 bytes, like that. So we can reduce the weight of this file. We can use ternary operator. Less statement, less characters, less the file weight. You understand? So it is ternary operation. Hope all of you understand. Now we are going to discuss about iterative construct. Alright, iterative construct. Now we are going to discuss about iterative construct. How many iterative constructs are there? Basically that you have studied. While, another one, yes, do while, another one, the important one, for. While, do while, and for. Yes or no? While, do while, and another one is for. So one by one we will see how to use this. I'm going to remove this part. Alright. These are iterative construct. While, do while, for. Yes or no? Iteration. With this word, another word we can say, that is loop. While loop, do while loop, and for loop. Basically, loops are of two types. Loops can be classified into two parts, right? That you have studied before. That is, one is entry control loop, another one is exit control loop. One is entry control loop, another one is exit control loop. Yes or no? Entry control loop, only for and while is for loop, and while loop is called entry control loop. And except this two loops, do while is called exit control loop. Why? Because for and while, in all cases, in case of conditional construct, iterative construct, in all cases condition is important. Condition is important. In this case, in case of entry control loop, if the condition is false, first iteration only, that means first time only the condition is false, then the loop terminates. We are going to see. In case of do while loop, if the condition is false in first iteration, that means first time, then also we will get at least one output from do while. Let us see. We are going to check first do while. Yes or no? How to use this do while? Alright. Do while is a keyword. Look, you can see the color of do while, that is keyword. Alright. So that means we are going to instruct to the program, do this part do this while some condition. Do this block, that means execute this block till this condition is true. Do this block till the condition is true. This is the condition part of while. Yes or no? Do system.out.println A, that means execute A till the value of A became suppose less than 12. We have to continuously, we are going to execute this block continuously till the condition become false. If the condition is true, this do block is going to be executed. If the condition is false, then the whole loop terminates. Alright, what we have written, what is the value of A? 11. The value of A is 11. We instructed that do what? Execute this A till the value of A became 12. So we have to increase the value of A. So A plus plus. Okay, incremental operator we have studied before, A plus plus. Yes or no? So we are going to run this. 11, you got 11. If I have written here suppose 20, then what will come? From 11 it starts. Do this, it has done, it increased, it checked the condition is true or false. Look what happened here, step by step. First, this block is executed, that is A executes the value of A printed in the console. A increased, that is post increment. Then the condition part is checking, the condition is true or false. That means after executing, the conditional part is checked. Yes or no? The conditional part is checked before execution, then condition. Before execution, then condition. Not only this one, this both. Before execution, then condition. Alright. So what is the output? Up to 19. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Why? Because we have used only less than. If we have used less than equal to, then it can be 20. Up to 20 we can get. Now the value of A is 11. I am going to make this condition false in first iteration only. Now let's check what happened. Alright, what is the value of A? 11, no? So while the value of A is less than 10, look what I have given. The value of A is less than 10. Is it less than 10? No, the value of A is not less than 10. So the condition became false first time only, till we will get one output. Look, yes, we got one output. Why? Because execution has done first. First this block executes, then condition is checking. Do part, it has done execution, 11 is printed, then it increments, then it is checking the condition is true or false. No, the condition is false. Loop, the whole loop terminates. So this is why this do while loop calls exit control loop. This do while loop called exit control loop. Alright, in same case we are going to see while loop. Just make it as a comment so compiler cannot see this. While loop, while similar, while A less than 10, same condition I am going to put A less than 10, then execute this one. Okay, this full. while a less than 10, the value of a is 11, while a less than 10, that means first time only it will be false because the value of a is 11 and we have given the condition value of a should be less than 10 because first time only it became false. So let's see what happened. No output. Have seen the value of a is 11 and condition we have given a less than 10, that is false first time only. So first time only loop terminates with no output. This is why it is called entry control loop. Alright, so do while structure you have seen. While loop, this is the structure. Just while keyword we have to declare a variable, instance variable or local variable. If you are going to use the while inside the method, then you can declare a while, that's called a local variable. Through this local variable you can execute this loop. Alright, so a is equal to 11, the value of a initialization, then condition, that is while, then increment. You have studied no before. These three things must have to be done to run a loop. First, assignment or initialization, second condition, then increment or decrement. Sometimes it comes like first initialization, then increment or decrement, and then condition. Sometimes it should come, but skip this. Alright, a is equal to 11, while a less than, now we are going to use another value. Alright, suppose it is 15. Look what is the output, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, the value of a is 11, initialized. Condition checked, it is true. It is true. The value of a is less than 15, 11 is less than 15, definitely less than 15. Block executes, a printed on the console, then a increased. What is the value of a? 12. Now condition check, it is true, yes it is true, then a executes, then again increased, then 13, 14, 15, no, the condition became false, loop terminates. Because 15 is not less than 15, 15 is equal to 15. Clear? So to declare while loop, we have seen to declare a do while loop, initialize a variable, then do part by using do keyword, do part inside the block, execute the statements, then outside of the block, outside of the do block, write the conditional part, while condition, then close the statement. But look, here we are not using this colon. Here we are not using this colon. It will empty statement after while. Yes or no? We are not going to use this colon after while because we are going to use the single while loop. Alright. The criteria to use do while loop. In case of do while loop, after writing condition you can end the statement. But in case of single while loop, in case of entry control loop, you cannot use this colon after condition. Clear? Alright. Initialization part, in case of do while do, then do block, then the condition. Done. In case of while loop, entry control loop, initialization, then condition, then increment or execution. Clear? Now we are going to see for loop. If still you have any confusion, whatever we have discussed, I told before that you can write a comment. Hope you have my phone number. You can contact with me. Alright, or you can repeat the video, replay the video. Now for. Tell me, for is entry control loop or exit control loop? Yes, for is entry control loop. Similar like while. Yes or no? Similar like while. So how to use for? For is a keyword, parenthesis, then the block of for loop. Inside the parenthesis, first is initialization, then close the statement, then second part is condition, then the third part is increment or decrement. This is the criteria to use for loop. This is the criteria to use for loop. That means 3 parts should be there. Why we are telling 3 parts? Because this one is separating these parts, no? This one is used as a separator. So init is a separate part of for loop, condition is a separate part of for loop, increment or decrement is the separate part of for loop. So how many parts are there inside the for loop? 3 parts. It is necessary, it is important. Initialization, condition, increment and decrement part. First of all, I am going to show you the basic structure of for loop. Most of you know. Still, first, what it is? Initialization. So what is the meaning of initialization? That means assigning a variable to the value. That means starting point. Alright. So, alright, one more thing. For loop allows us to declare a variable inside the parenthesis. That means if you are going to initialize the variable, you can declare the variable here. No need to declare the variable. Suppose integer a you have declared, then you are writing, suppose a is equal to 0 or 0. The starting value of a is 0. You can do that. It will run. But it is not necessary. You can declare this variable, you can declare this variable inside this loop. For loop is going to allow us to do that. Okay, then conditional part that we have seen before. The initial value of a is 0. What is the destination? No, till 5. Till 5 or till 4. Alright, that means the initial value of a is 0. The condition is till the value of a is 5. The loop continues. The loop continues. Then the increment or decrement part. If we have not done this part, then look, the value of a will be constant, that is 0. That means continuously 0 is going to be printed, that is n number of time. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, so this increment or decrement part, what we have to do? That is a plus plus. The value of a is 0, that is initialized, and we have declared variable inside the parenthesis only, inside the initialization part only. Alright, a less than 5, a plus plus. So this is the initialization part, this is the conditional part, and this is the increment or decrement part. We have done. Now execute. Dot println. What are we going to print? No, the value of a. Let us check. Yes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got the output. Yes or no? Now, suppose we are going to initialize the variable outside of this loop. Is that possible? Definitely it is possible. Definitely it is possible. Integer a is equal to 0. We have initialized it outside of this for loop. Now, what about it? We have initialized here as an instance. This variable is declared as an instance, while this variable is declared as local. For your kind information, you know that, most of you know that this variable is declared as local variable. Here we have declared a variable as a global variable, that is instance variable. Alright, and we are going to use this a here. But how is it possible? 2 times the same variable you are going to initialize. But we need 3 parts to declare a for loop, right? No problem, just omit this part. Alright, leave it blank. Keep it blank, automatically it will give you the result. Let's check. Look, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, suppose I am going to use this incremental part inside the loop. Is that possible? Like while loop that you have seen. If you could not memorize, you can check this. Alright, so I am going to use this incremental part here. I am going to write this incremental part here. Is that possible? Definitely possible. Definitely possible. A plus plus. I have written here. But both increment, how it is possible? It is possible, but we will not get desired output. Yes or no? So nothing. Just omit this part. Look, we got output. Yes or no? Similarly, we can omit this part also. Similarly, we can omit this part also. Look, we have declared 3 parts. That means we have used 2 separators. That means 3 parts are present inside the for loop. So it is not an error. It is not an error. If you omit one separator, look, one red line appears. One red car appears. So we must have to use 2 separators. Alright. Then what is this loop called? This loop called infinity loop. Alright. Unlimited times, n times, up to n times this 0 is going to be executed. Oh, we are increasing the value of a, right? Alright, we have to compile it again. Do you understand? So this is the basic of for loop. What we have discussed? Iterative construct. Iterative construct we have discussed. Conditional construct we have discussed. Now nested loop. Nested loop. What is the meaning of nested loop? Integer a 0, integer a less than 5, a plus plus. Alright, we returned to the normal structure of the for loop. Yes or no? Single loop we have used here. One more thing I want to discuss with you, that is, we can initialize multiple variables also here. Is that clear? We can initialize multiple variables also by using comma separator. We can initialize b is equal to 0. Alright, b is equal to 0 we can initialize, no problem on that. B is equal to 0 if we write system.out.println. Alright, here only I am concatenating. Okay, how to concatenate? 2 strings plus 1 comma separator, then plus, then b. That means the value of a is going to be executed, then we are concatenated this comma. It is a string with a, then we concatenate it, this part with b. Okay, then let us check the output. Look, 0 1 2 3 4. From 0 1 2 3 4 this part executed. These are the values of a and these are the values of b. 0. We have not done anything with this b, right? Only initialization has done. But conditional part also we can use multiple variables. Okay, but here we cannot use comma. Here we cannot use comma. In case of conditional part, we have to use and separator. Okay, we have to use and separator. B less than, alright, 5. Alright, so a less than 5, b less than 5. So do one thing, initialize it with another one, initialize it with 1, and the condition part, destination part, make it 6. Let us see. Alright, so a is 0, the condition is a should be less than 5. Another one variable we have declared here, b is 1. With the AND operator, we have used another condition, that is b should be less than 6, and a plus plus we have incremented a only. Can we increase the value of b? Definitely. Here we can use comma separator. Alright, b plus plus. Okay, now let us check the output. Look, what is the output? 0 1 0, that is initial value of a, 1, that is initial value of b. Then it's increased, initial next value of a, next value of b, like this the values executed. Is that clear? Is that clear? So multiple variables you can use here, no problem on that. we were discussing about nested loop, right? So look, here I have used multiple variables here, right? But I want to use another loop inside this loop. Is that possible? Definitely it is possible. You have studied, you have done, you don't know, you have created some programs on it. Just we are revising, yes or no? Alright, so I'm going to comment this part. Okay, then this part. Fine. Okay, B has not declared, right? So this part also I have to remove. Okay, so only one variable is declared here, only one variable is checked, only one variable is increased. Yes or no? I want to use another variable, another loop inside. So for, alright, now I am going to declare B, integer B here. B is equal to 1, that we have written before. B less than 6, yes or no? B less than 6, then conditional part we have done, then the incremental part B plus plus. That means B will increase 1 plus 1. B plus plus means, what is the meaning of B plus plus? Instead of this, if we have written B plus 1, the same thing, the meaning is same. The A plus plus and A is equal to A plus 1, B plus plus, B is equal to B plus 1, both are same. Alright, so leave it, keep it like that. Alright. So look, if I bring the mouse pointer here, it is indicating the block related starting curly braces of these curly braces. Yes or no? It is. This curly brace is related with this one. Yes or no? This one is this one. This one is related with this one. This one is related with this one. If any extra curly braces appears, then it will be triggered as an error. So you should be aware of it. Alright. So one loop we have used, that is called outer loop or main loop. Another one loop we have used inside this for loop. This is called a nested. This loop is called nested. Multiple nested loop. More than one nested loop we can use. Now the question is, how many nested loop we can declare? The answer is as you wish. The answer is as you wish. 100, 200, 300. You can use nested loop. So this is the outer loop, this is the inner loop or nested loop, and we are now executing the value. Alright, now we can concatenate. No problem on that. By using comma separator, concatenation B. Done. So now let's check the output. Okay. Alright. What is done here? What is the output? Check the output. The value of A is 0, the value of A is 1. The value of A is 0. That means, what is the rule to execute a loop? If the condition is true, the iteration will continue. Once the condition becomes false, then the loop, what will happen? Close. Yes or no? So B less than 6, the initial value of B is 1, the final value of B is 6, and we have increased. So once it enter into the, in first loop the value of A is 0, and next time it enters into the nested loop. Nested loop will continue till the condition became false. Yes or no? Till the condition became false. Till the value of A will be 0. Once it became false, then this loop terminates. Then the iteration comes here. Yes or no? The value of A increase, that is 1. Like this it should happen, right? So value of A is 0, value of A is 0. Next it entered into the nested for loop. What is the value of B? B is 1, B is 1. Then it check, condition is true, definitely condition is true, loop continues. What is the value of A now? Value of A is still 0. Till 5 value of A will be 0. Till 5 value of A will be 0. Is that clear? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Complete. Then it comes into the outer loop. that is value of a is now 1, entered into the next loop, nested loop. Yes or no? Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes or no? Once it becomes 6, the condition becomes false, then loop terminates. Then again come to the outer loop. What is the value of a now? 3. So look, like this we got the output. Is that clear? So this, if we use one loop inside another loop, that loop will be called nested loop. Similarly, nested if, nested switch, yes or no, we can easily create. We can use it. If you have computer or any kind of device, please practice these things. Is that clear? So we have discussed all, I think. Access specifier, yes, we have discussed. Nested loop, we have discussed. Access specifier, yes, we have discussed in previous video, right? Conditional iterative construct, yes, we have discussed. Nested loop, yes, we have discussed. So our revision has done. I have uploaded your question in Parasalam portal. Programs I have uploaded, but 3 programs I think I have given that you should make it by yourself. Why? Because these programs are so easy. Those hard parts I have created. If you need any kind of clarification, please comment or please call me. I will clarify. Clear? And the chapter 2 by tomorrow or by day after tomorrow, okay, within this week you will receive chapter 2, questions and answers, and a video with discussion. Is that clear? Thank you very much.